I'm always afraid I'm gonna get arrested for some crime I didn't commit. Like, I'm walking out of Safeway one day and BAM! They throw the cuffs on me.
I never ate bread with crusts on it until I was like 12, and now I don't even remember why.
And no one would believe me when I tell them that I didn't do it. I'd be just like Spencer Tracy in The Fury.
Now I eat sandwiches all the time, and I never even think about the crusts.
Happens all the time, you know. People go to jail for crimes they didn't commit. Rot there for 20 years.
I once kept a stapler after I quit a job.
And what about the guy who actually committed the crime? What, would he just be walking around scot-free? And what kind of life would he have? Would he be happy he got away with it? Or would the guilt gnaw at him like an angry termite?
It never works right. I go to use it, and nothing happens, like it's a dud. Then I have to bang it on the table, then it works. Sometimes I bang it on the table first, but I usually forget. It's very disappointing.
I hate the security guards at Safeway. It's not even a real security guard. It's just some guy with a GED and a fake badge. He doesn't even have a gun, just a metal clipboard. But he's always staring at me like I'm planning a great heist or something. Like I'm gonna pilfer a box of rice-a-roni. Do I look like I'm capable of something like that?
Have you ever shot a gun?
No.
Me neither.
Too loud.
My mother was always very loud. She never talked. It was always some form of a yell.
My mother made me eat lima beans. Why? Why would she do that to me?
Parents are sadists.
You think I don't know that already?
My mother used to always ask me if I was regular. I didn't know what she meant. I thought she was just wondering if I was a regular kid, which I thought I was, until she kept asking me if I was. She asked me that so many times that by the time I was 7, I thought I was a mutant.
By the time I was 7, I was already wondering what the whole cruel joke was about.
Why couldn't she have just asked me if I had cleaned up my room or put my clothes away or taken the garbage out?
My mother used to make a big deal about my birthdays. Even as a kid, I knew it was just another way of marking off another year closer to death than I was. Why would she want to celebrate that?
And I hate my glutes. I think I might join a gym, do a lot of squats to build them up. Just really blast them to get a sweet butt.
Yeah, I should probably join a health club too.
Women like a guy with a nice butt.
Work on my upper body.
I bet Maria would like it.
I could really focus on my biceps and my triceps, Build some huge guns.
There's no way she'd be able to resist me then.
Chicks dig big guns.
I could probably get about any woman I want.
And it wouldn't even take me that long because I'm already in pretty sweet shape.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, check this out. You see the flex? You see the flex when I go down? Oh, I'm just building it. I think she looks a little like Cameron Diaz.
She reminds me more of Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
So you gonna ask her out?
I don't know. I mean, what if she says no? I'd have to see her every day at the office, and there'd be this real awkwardness between us every time we walked by each other. And what if she says yes? She might want to get serious. I don't know if I'd make a good husband. That's a big commitment. I mean, every time she's not feeling well, I'll have to try to comfort her, and she'll always want to be telling me about her day when I'm wanting to eat or get on the computer. Every time I'm not giving her enough attention, she'll probably tell me that I'm being passive-aggressive towards her. What if she doesn't like the Sci-Fi Network and gets on my case every time I watch it? And then what if she gets pregnant and we have a kid together? I can't be a father. Diapers? Feedings where the food goes everywhere and it gets all over the kid's face, the crying, the bottles all over the place. What if she wants to breastfeed? That would totally freak me out. I would never be able to touch her breasts again knowing that a child had...
I was breastfed. Still gives me the crumb cakes just thinking about it. My mom and those huge bosoms in me. It's amazing I turned out as normal as I am.
And you can never get it right with a woman. No matter how much or how little attention you give them, it's always too much or too little. And if you ever take them out to eat, all the time they wonder why you never want to spend a quiet night at home with them. But if you go more than 2 days in a row without taking them to a restaurant, they say you're cheap and complain that you never want to take them out anymore to do anything fun. Isn't just being with me fun enough?
I think breastfeeding should be outlawed as cruel and unusual punishment.
Life would be so much easier if I just took a vow of celibacy.
The entire field of psychology exists solely because of breastfeeding.
Solely?
Hell yeah.
I hope I die from a malignant brain tumor.
Yeah?
Yeah, can you imagine all the stuff I could get away with? I could eat anything that I wanted because by the time I got fat or it clogged my arteries or I got diabetes, I'd be dead. And I could run up all this credit card debt because I'd never have to pay it back. I could tell Riley what I really think of him.
You could ask out any woman you wanted, because even if she said no, you wouldn't have to live very long with the embarrassment of having been turned down.
I might even get some sympathy sex out of it.
I could tell my mom what I really think of her.
You know, I'd kind of like to die from taking a bullet for someone. I'd be laying there on the street with all those people gathered around me, and they'd all be in awe of my bravery, and the really gorgeous woman that I just saved would bend down and lift up my head and cradle it against her bosoms as a single tear rolled down her face.
That would never work.
Why not?
Who do you care enough about that you would take a bullet for him?
Lindsay Lohan.
She's a smoker, you know.
She is. I couldn't handle my clothes smelling like smoke all the time. Hey, what about Halle Berry? Is she a smoker?
I don't think so.
It'd be pretty awesome if she cradled my head against her breasts.
I'm okay, you're okay, but I'm more okay than you. I am sweet, I am neat, I'm a real dude. The chicks say I am massively awesome. People ask me why I'm the coolest swinging guy. It's 'cause I am really awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm righteous fucks. I'm a real dude. Don't ever forget. I am awesome.
So do you think we should go to the office party tomorrow night?
Ooh, Maria will be there. It'll be your big chance to ask her out.
I don't know. There'll be a lot of people there. What if she says no in front of all those people?
Ooh. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty embarrassing.
The dominant theme of my existence.
Maybe you should try some of that positive visualization stuff to turn your life around. You know, like, picture yourself coming up with a great program that the executives really love, or speaking up in one of those god-awful meetings and really laying down the law, thus earning the respect of everyone in the room. Or picture yourself striding right up to Maria, asking her out, and having her say yes.
I'd like to picture myself making the perfect sandwich and then make it.
Ooh, that'd be pretty sweet.
I think I'd put a little cilantro on it. You can't go wrong with cilantro.
You wouldn't want to use cilantro on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That goes without saying.
I think instead of the perfect sandwich, I picture making myself the perfect burrito. Yeah, definitely want to use cilantro then.
I think I'd have to picture myself eating that sandwich after having found the perfect spot on my sofa. You know that spot on the sofa where it's like being in a sensory deprivation tank for all the nerve endings under my skin? Every so often I find that spot, and it's really nice. Almost a religious experience.
Oh yeah. Ooh, would you be watching anything?
The Twilight Zone.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. Hold on, I got a call. It was nobody.
Hey, I'm thinking of starting a cult.
Really?
Yeah, only it wouldn't be like other cults.
How so?
Well, I put up these flyers all around campus advertising, and
And I would tell my prospective followers right up front that it is, in fact, a cult. And that my goals are to take all of their money and that I'm going to make outlandish promises that I can't possibly deliver on.
So why would anyone want to join your cult?
Well, because people always want to be part of something. To have some kind of artificial extended family. Plus, with my natural charisma factored in, I'm sure I could get a few followers.
Good call. You are naturally very charismatic.
What if I forget how to count, or spell, or talk? I had to learn how to do those things once, so I would think it's possible that I could forget.
I forgot the date on which the Treaty of Versailles was signed.
1471.
Yeah, and I used to know that.
And sometimes I go to write a lowercase cursive p, and I write a B instead. And the other day I was talking to Riley.
Oh, he's so smug.
I used the word effect, and I didn't know if I meant the one with an E or the one with an A.
You think that's bad? Last night I was having this dream where I was eating these really soft, chewy chocolate chip cookies, and when I woke up, I had an erection. Am I going insane?
Yeah, you should probably tell a therapist about that, and definitely don't tell Mariah. She'll think you're a freak or something.
She probably already thinks I'm a freak.
Why?
When I walked by her desk this morning, I let one slip.
No. You couldn't make it back to your desk?
I thought I could, but my stride was just a little bit too long and off it went.
Did she hear you?
I started to violently cough in an attempt to cover it up.
Did it work?
I don't think so. When I walked by her later today, she was giggling.
Oh, that's not good.
She'll never want to go out with me now.
Can you blame her?
No.
I think I'll make a really good husband someday. I mean, I'm really in tune with what women want.
What do women want?
Women want a guy who will treat them like crap. That's been my problem my whole life. I've treated women too politely. They want a guy who will treat them like crap so that they can fix it. So the next time I get a girl, I'm not going to call her. And I'll pick her up late for our dates. And sometimes I won't even pick her up at all. Or even call her to tell her that I'm not coming. And within 6 months, she'll be begging me to marry her. And then, once we get married, I'll go back to being my normal, polite self. And she'll think that she fixed me. When in reality, I just manipulated her all along. It's a perfect plan. I've thought it all through.
You really think that'll work?
Well, it can't work any worse than all the other things I've tried.
I hope Maria doesn't have a dog.
Why?
Because women always put dogs before their boyfriends. Like this girl I dated in college. She had a dog, and her kitchen had this linoleum floor, and when the dog was sitting there, either she or one of her roommates would push the dog, and it would slide across the floor on its butt. The dog seemed to love it.
Wouldn't you?
Maybe. And so one time the dog was sitting there, and I decided to push it, and I start pushing it, and it immediately whips its head around and snaps at me. It drew blood. And you know what my girlfriend did?
What?
She rushes over to the dog and says, "What did you do to my dog?" And for like the next 5 minutes, she's comforting him. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there bleeding.
Unbelievable.
Stupid dog.
Yeah.
You think Ronald Reagan cared he had Alzheimer's?
He was probably ecstatic about it. I mean, he didn't know what death was anymore.
You know my socks are all wearing out in the same place? Right over the nail of my right big toe.
Yeah, that's not good.
Thing is, none of them are wearing out over my left big toe. I keep the nails on both toes cut to the same length. I measure my toes and my feet, and they're the exact same length. So why do my socks only wear out over my right big toe?
I don't know. You should get that checked out.
You're telling me? It's like my whole world is falling apart. And it's not just my socks. The other day, I went to tape a show on my TV, and it didn't tape. 3 days ago, I was gargling with mouthwash, and I had to cough while I was gargling, and I tried to suppress it, but I couldn't, and I ended up spewing mouthwash all over my bathroom. I burned my dinner last night. I have a zit in my nose. Could my life get any worse?
Your mother could decide she wants to move in with you.
This one time in college, this really hot chick asked me out.
No.
and she suggested that we go watch a horror film.
No way.
We weren't even through the opening credits, and she had her arms around me. Very erotic.
Wow.
It was a weeknight, so after the movie was over, I dropped her off at her dorm, and when I was walking away after saying goodnight, she immediately grabs me and starts to French kiss me.
And this was a hot chick?
Yeah, but the thing was, her breath was so hideous and horrific that I had to get away from her.
Oh. So what'd you do?
I didn't know what to do. She was hot, so I wanted to keep kissing her, but her breath was so unbelievably disgusting that I just wanted to get away.
So what did you do?
I got out of there.
Why wouldn't she brush her teeth or use mouthwash or something before the date?
I don't know.
And she picked the horror movie, so you knew what she was thinking.
Oh, I knew. It's me you're talking about. The thing was, is we had a class together, sociology. And so for the entire semester, she just kept hounding me. And practically after every class, she'd corner me and plead with me, Jerry, why won't you go out with me again? And Jerry, don't I still turn you on? And it turned into this whole debacle.
And this was a hot chick?
You know who's to blame for the evil in society?
Who?
The civil engineers. I mean, how difficult can it be to synchronize traffic lights? We stop and go. Stop and go. And all the time the rage builds. And the pollution accumulates. And the carjackers have more chances to get to us. And we waste time sitting in our cars when we'd rather be doing something else. And we waste even more time taking our cars to the mechanic to have the brakes fixed and the transmissions repaired from all the stopping and starting. And then we're short on cash from all the repairs, and then our tires go bald, and our necks get whiplash, and our gas mileage goes down. All because of the civil engineers.
I think I might have allophobia.
Yeah?
Oh man.
What?
Look over there.
Oh, man.
What does Riley think he's doing? Maria's your woman!
He thinks he's so cool. I wonder what he'd do if I went over there and told Maria about his scrotum ointment.
Oh man, it'd be awesome if you did that.
Yeah, it would. I think I'll wait for the crowd to thin out a little bit, then I'm gonna go ask her out.
You gonna use a line on her?
I was thinking I'd give her a compliment or two first and then ask her.
I don't know about that.
What?
What? All those guys who use lines on girls just to get in their pants, girls can see right through that. You don't want to be just one of those sleazeballs, do ya?
So I shouldn't give her a compliment?
Not unless you want her to think you're a sleazeball.
What should I say?
Tell her she's chubby. That way it's not a real put down. And she'll know that you're into her even though she's a little stout.
That makes sense. Whoa!
Hey, you guys like that?
Yeah!
You like that?
Nice moves,
Yeah,
dude!
you like that. You like
Whoa!
That guy had nice glutes.
Goodness! There's some serious dancers at this party.
I know, I hope Maria doesn't see him. You'll be in big trouble.
Oh man, there's hot guys all over the place.
I wonder what it'd be like to kiss a girl with braces.
I've never had sex with an amputee.
I mean, like, when we're French kissing and I'm running my tongue all around the inside of her mouth, would it be cool or would it be just weird?
Nor have I scored with a Scandinavian woman.
And what if she wasn't brushing her teeth all the time? She'd have this really, really heinous breath. That'd be disgusting.
Or a little person.
Maybe it's best that I never French kissed a girl with braces. Too many variables.
Or a beatnik. But she might have hairy armpits, so...
That'd be gross.
Yeah.
I hate hairy armpits.
Not down with the French. Ugh.
I wonder if there are dating websites for people with sight who want to find a blind person to date.
I'd like to date a tall woman.
There are dating websites for pretty much everything.
Like really tall, like like 6'6". She'd have these really long legs that she could wrap around my neck and squeeze me like a python.
I bet if I wanted to find a woman who had hundreds of moles, I could probably find her on the internet.
Oh, and I bet she'd totally take over in bed. She'd be like telling me what to do and...
Not that I necessarily want to date a woman who had hundreds of moles, but it's nice to know that I could.
You think if I dated a small person, like 3 foot tall, she'd expect me to tell her what to do in bed? I don't think I could handle the pressure. I don't have that many moves.
You can always read books or watch videos to come up with more moves.
Well, yeah, but then I'd just be one of those guys who sits in front of his computer looking at porn all day. I don't want to be one of those guys.
There's nothing necessarily wrong with guys like that.
Maybe I should date a dominatrix. Then she'd have to come up with all the moves. There'd be no pressure on me at all.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. It'd be
Do
great.
you think you'd enjoy being dominated?
No, I don't think so, but at least there wouldn't be any pressure on me, which would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I wouldn't want to have anything clamped to my nipples, though. I'd have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, that goes without saying. I wouldn't want to have anything inserted in me.
They do that?
I think so.
Maybe a little person would be okay to date. You should totally call her.
What if she says no?
Well, that's a possibility, but when we were talking to her today, I saw her giving you the eye big time.
You did?
I think so.
I'll do it. It's her voicemail. What should I do?
Leave a message.
Hi, Maria. It's Jerry from work. I didn't know if maybe you didn't want to go out with me sometime. If you weren't too adverse to anything like that, then you can give me a call at 646-598-6311. Okay, I'll talk to you later. You take care. Be good. Alrighty.
I think that went well.
I think it did go pretty well.
Where are you going to take her if she says yes?
I don't know. Where should I take her?
I don't know. Oh, a coffee shop maybe.
That's for people who don't know each other very well, isn't it? I mean, I've talked to her a bunch of times about this and that, so that means that I'm obligated to take her somewhere nice for like a sit-down meal, doesn't it?
Yeah, good point.
Of course, I don't want to take her somewhere too nice, because then she might think that I'm ready to get serious right away.
Wait, but you do want to get serious, don't you?
Well, yeah, eventually, but at least for a little while, I'd still like to be able to fall asleep with the TV on, and I'd like to maintain my bachelor sex on the side with no commitments reputation for at least a little while longer.
Yeah, also a good point.
You know, I ran into Riley today. He was talking to Jenkins, and he used the word supposedly.
God, I hate Riley.
You know, I'm thinking about starting to use a helmet when I drive.
What kind?
You know, most all accidents in the car are due to head trauma.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so I was thinking about using a bicycle helmet. But then I started leaning towards a football helmet.
Oh yeah, more padding.
Yeah. And I like the face mask because it makes me look tough. It's her. What should I do?
Answer it and say hello. Hello? Okay. All right. Okay, goodbye.
She said yes, didn't she?
Yeah.
What are you gonna wear?
I don't know!